Villains come in all shapes and sizes, usually quite large, but if they have one thing in common, it's a shared ambition not to accidentally help the good guys save the world. And yet it happens more often than these so-called bad guys would care to admit. Just think of the occasions on which these antagonists save the day with embarrassing self-sabotage. Beware spoilers for these games, which you may or may not know the ending of already. And if you don't know the ending of Lord of the Rings, go and watch the movies and we'll see you back here in 9.5 hours.
You just saved me a lot of trouble coming here, Batman. I'm gonna kill you. Then I'm gonna jumpstart your heart. And kill you again.
Batman's collection of villains is a real mixed bag. For every Joker, there's an Iron Hat Ferris. For every Penguin, a crazy quilt. For every Catwoman, a Riddler. Oh, come at me, Riddler fans. Here, I've got a riddle for you. What's green and covered in question marks and sucks? Answers in the comments below. The answer is the Riddler. The Rogues Gallery is especially hit and miss in Batman Arkham Origins, a game in which Gotham's most triangular billionaire is being hunted by 8 assassins, all out to win a $50 million bounty placed on his head by unhinged baddie Black Mask. I mean, there are 8 of them. They can't all be winners. That's how we end up with Lester Baczynski, aka the Electrocutioner, a super villain whose chief power appears to be that he owns a car battery and some jumper cables.
Street tough named Lester Baczynski calls himself Electrocutioner. Shocking.
Sure, he's sewn those cables into gloves, meaning he can do electric punches, but come on, guy, that's not going to do you much good in a fight against Batman. I guess we'll just have to let him find out for himself. Told you. Also, the electromagnetic signal in his gloves is what allows Batman to track the villains to their hideout.
There. I just need to track the signal to his location.
Nice one, Lester. Oh well, at least I guess he'll know better in future, and... Okay. Forget I said anything. Still, Electrocutioner's loss is Batman's gain because the mysterious vigilante with Bruce Wayne's exact chin is able to take these shock gloves from Lester's corpse and repurpose them for his own use, giving him much more powerful attacks.
Now we're talking.
And, crucially, allowing him to thwart his arch-nemesis the Joker in the finale of the game. In the climax of Arkham Origins, the Joker seeks to break Batman's cardinal no-killing rule by offering him a choice: kill Bane or allow Bane's heartbeat to charge an electric chair, which would kill the Joker.
Kill Bane!
No, I won't kill him.
But you will. You will fight me with all your resolve, or you will die. Someone is going to die.
Thanks to the Electrocutioner, there is instead a peaceful third way, where Batman opts to beat Bane until his heart stops, waits for the Joker to leave, and then uses the shock gloves as a makeshift defibrillator to restart Bane's heart.
Come on.
And then beats him some more. Hey, that is peaceful for Batman. He also pulls the same trick on Alfred at another point in the game. Basically, if it wasn't for old Lester, things would be a lot worse for Gotham's hunkiest goth. So, thanks, Lester. Lester? Man, you are not helping yourself here, Lester.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for. Saving the Citadel, but leaving the Council to die. Humanity's place in the galaxy is stronger than ever. And still, it's not enough.
In Mass Effect, the greatest threat to life, the galaxy and everything is an ancient race of synthetic organic spaceships called the Reapers. These squid-looking space monsters rock up every 50,000 years and harvest all the intelligent life in the Milky Way, leaving nothing but rocks and kids eating Tide Pods. The bad news for the Reapers is that despite being incredibly advanced, they utterly fail at the end of Mass Effect 1 to kill the single human being who stands a chance at ending their reign of cyclical terror.
Its shields are down. Now's our chance.
Get it with everything we got.
That human is Shepard, as if you didn't know. The good news for the Reapers is that no one really believes Shepard when she bangs on about some advanced ancient race coming to end all life as we know it.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth? We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
they're all like, Shepard, that sounds way too scary and expensive to be a serious problem, so no, you can't have the resources and multilateral commitment required to fight the Reapers. Instead, how about now you, I don't know, go on patrol for Geth? Those things are so annoying. Seems like a worthwhile use of your time.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
In yet more good news for the Reapers, while Shepard is on one of these BS patrols, she encounters yet another ominously named race of cybernetic baddies known as the Collectors.
Presley! Kinetic barriers down! Multiple hull breaches!
These guys have a lot more luck at blowing up Shepard's ship and killing her in that they do both of those things. Which sounds like a slam dunk for the Collectors, except by striking her down, they make her more powerful than they can possibly imagine. And not because she comes back as a lame Force ghost, but because she's resurrected by the ludicrously well-funded paramilitary group Cerberus. Which is kind of what we were hoping you meant when you used that phrase, Obi-Wan, not to criticise. It's only with the patronage of Cerberus that Shepard receives the new ship, new crew and new firepower and basically all the investment she needs to properly go deal with this galactic menace.
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this.
Which means it's all thanks to the accidental intervention of the Collectors that the Reapers are eventually foiled and the galaxy eventually saved in Mass Effect 3. The irony is sweetened by the fact that it turns out the Collectors are a race of subservient cybernetic jerks created by the Reapers to do their dirty work. It's like inventing a Roomba that hoovers up all your heart medicine. That damn Roomba! Ow.
Jane, you're hot!
Nice place you got here.
Given that pharmaceutical chief exec Zhao Yunru is a key member of the Illuminati, you'd have thought she'd have all this figured out way ahead of time. The whole point of the Illuminati is that they quietly manipulate the world from the shadows with a clandestine plan that is as inscrutable as it is devious.
Surely you can protect me. Surely. Surely you can protect me. Men never fail to underestimate women.
But there's one crucial variable that Zhao failed to account for when trying to execute the Illuminati's mysterious bidding. And no, this time it wasn't internet conspiracy theorists, but you guys do good work. The variable Zhao didn't consider was that when she ordered Bell Tower, her private army, to attack Sarif Industries at the beginning of the game, she'd only near fatally injure Sarif's grumpy, gravel-voiced head of security, Adam Jensen. I'd say they don't pay him enough, but that trench coat actually looks pretty expensive. Crucially, if Zhao had never ordered the hit on Sarif Industries in an attempt to sabotage technology that removes the need for augmented humans to take an anti-rejection drug, Adam would have remained a boring old unaugmented human, having famously never asked for this.
I never asked for this.
Instead, he became a sort of bionic Superman with a massive chip on his shoulder and nano-ceramic blades in his forearms, who would systematically take down the Illuminati's agents, culminating in a final boss battle that ends with Zhao overloading herself and turning into a tiny mound of smoking ash. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's not how she saw things panning out. So by the end, Adam has revealed the truth about the Illuminati to the world, saving the global population from being manipulated by shadowy elites, completely foiling Zhao's plan and dealing a fatal blow to this secret society.
Technology offers us strength. Strength enables dominance, and dominance paves the way for abuse.
I mean, unless you chose the ending that left the Illuminati intact and preserved their secret control of the world.
Absolute freedom is no better than chaos. Society needs laws and regulations to protect it.
In which case, you're now watching the 5 villains who saved the world by accident?
You cannot prevail against me. I will outlast you, mortal.
Being a dragon is a really sweet gig. You can fly, breathe fire, and when you speak, you sound like Morgan Freeman and 100 Gandalfs had a baby, with amazing gravitas.
I knew where he would emerge.
but not when.
You can make a fortune doing movie trailers. Now, if I were a dragon, I'd probably not want to rock the boat and just spend my time doing cool dragon stuff, like swooping majestically through the sky, flame-broiling cattle, and chilling on mountaintops. Not Skyrim baddie Alduin, though. This ancient dragon is hell-bent on dominating the world and enslaving everyone, even after having been chucked around magically through time with an Elder Scroll, which, let me tell you, is no picnic. What's that?
Battle of Agincourt?
Mike, what did I tell you about messing with that Elder Scroll? Put it back!
Sorry.
Anyway, I can totally see why Alduin wants to dominate the planet. I mean, he's a dragon. And not just any dragon, the strongest, most powerful dragon who has ever lived. Who's gonna stop him? Why, you'd have to be some kind of dragonborn, a warrior with the body of a mortal and the soul of a dragon. And I mean, you're not just gonna stumble across one of those, are you?
You have become strong.
Unless you're Alduin. There must be a dragon shout appropriate for this moment. There it is. Yes, turns out there is a Dragonborn in the land of Skyrim, and that Dragonborn is a level 1 scrub who doesn't even know they're a Dragonborn, and, better yet, is on their way to be executed for, I don't know, attacking chickens, probably. If Alduin had any chill whatsoever, the only person capable of killing him would have had their melon lopped off and he'd be free to go around deliciously flame grilling whatever he fancied. Instead, Alduin wrecks up the execution, freeing the Dragonborn and setting himself up for a shouty smackdown at the end of the game. So thanks, Alduin. If it wasn't for you, we'd really be in a lot of danger from you. Mike, is that the French Revolution?
No.
I told you, stop looking at that Elder Scroll, you'll go blind.
That's what you said about looking at the eclipse.
You were blind for 4 months!
My name is Solas, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
Who could have foreseen that the real villain of Dragon Age Inquisition was not the deformed, ancient, power-mad darkspawn Corypheus?
I am Corypheus. I shall deliver you from this lie in which you linger.
I know, right? And actually it was the softly spoken mage Solas who hangs out in your library. But yeah, in a plot twist more shocking than the tangled mass of exposed wiring in our poorly maintained fuse box, you discover this soulful mage was the cover story for Fen Harel, the elvish god of betrayal. So, guess what he's into?
You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
For the whole game, you knew Solas as your party member with the greatest affinity for spirits and the smoothest scalp. That's right up until a jaw-dropping epilogue reveals that it was Solas who wants to bring about the interdimensional apocalypse you've been fighting to prevent.
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort.
It turns out this god aims to restore the ancient world of the elves by tearing down the mystical veil between the world of the spirits and the regular world.
The veil took everything from the elves. Even themselves.
But when Solas woke from a long mystical nap and found his powers depleted, he couldn't unlock his magical orb of destruction for magically destroying the veil. So then he gave the orb to a more obvious bad guy Corypheus, hoping that Corypheus would unlock it for him.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber.
It's like when you can't get a jar open, you need someone to get it started for you.
The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb.
Where the plan went wrong was when Corypheus didn't get exploded, but instead hung on to the powerful orb, then got locked in an epic battle with the Inquisitor, who eventually smashed the orb, rendering it permanently useless and saving the world. It's like when you get someone to open a jar for you, but then they don't give the jar back, and then they smash the jar. My coffee!
The ring came to the creature Gollum, who took it deep into the tunnels of the misty mountains. For 500 years it poisoned his mind.
Much like my Christmas, The Lord of the Rings is the tale of someone trying to return an unwanted bit of jewellery. No, I don't have a receipt. Yes, I'll hold. You guys are cool waiting, right? Anyways, Gollum is a violent gremlin obsessed with Frodo, who is good, and the One Ring, which is evil. Early on in the 3-part saga, ring-bearer Frodo learns that ring-stalker Gollum is following them, at which point Frodo is like Gandalf, why don't we bash his brains out with a rock? And Gandalf is like, no, because even the wisest cannot see all ends of not bashing Gollum's brains out with a rock. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I think that's it. And credit to Gandalf, because his wisdom about not bashing Gollum with a rock totally pays off in the end. Here at Mount Doom, from whence the One Ring came and into whence it must be chucked, Frodo succumbs to the ring's seductive power and decides, actually Sam, now that I think about it, the ring is mine and I'm gonna keep it.
Destroy it!
The ring is mine.
It's at this point the villainous Gollum shows his treacherous true colours for like the 1000th time since not being killed with a rock, when he steals the ring by biting off Frodo's finger, or, here in the less bitey Lego version, popping off Frodo's entire Lego hand. However, it transpires that this is a good thing because Gollum is even less adept at not falling off volcanoes than he is at dressing himself. So it is, he and the One Ring end up falling in the lava and melting like a T-1000 in a loincloth. And that's how Gollum ended up saving the world. Unless you're playing the non-Lego game of Return of the King, in which Frodo and Sam wail on Gollum with swords until he lets go and dies. Nice one, Sam. We'll just say he fell in.
Alright, so those were the villains that saved the day by accident. But if you don't want to be a villain, why don't you click on some of our other videos? We've got stuff from us up here and stuff from our sister channel Outside Extra down here. And if you would like to see more of this sort of thing, we've got a subscribe orb here which will deliver the videos straight to your subscriber paying thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.